So in this short video, I just want to review another tool that can be brilliant for researchers, for students, for anyone involved in academia and research in general. It's called AgentGPT, and it's basically, as it describes itself, it's for deploying agents that will achieve certain tasks. So there are limitations to it in terms of the plans. There is some kind of a premium plan where you have to pay it. I haven't because I don't need it at the moment, but I can see it being a brilliant help and support, so I can see it being definitely worth paying for. In the standard plan, you can still employ or deploy 5, I believe, tasks a day. So if you're just using it every now and then, it will still be a useful thing. If you want to really rely on it, if you want it to complete the tasks that are a little bit further more complex, you may just give it a try and go with the additional premium plan. But the way it works, look at we have this desktop now, this workspace. The way it works, you name an agent. So basically, this tool gives you a whole bunch of steps to achieve certain tasks, and then eventually it actually achieves these tasks itself. But let's see how we can use it for research or as a student. So here I have my prompts that I developed and I prepared. So develop interview guide that asks about nurses' experiences at work during the COVID-19 pandemic. That's my first guide, so I copy and paste it here. That's my first prompt, I mean. Interview guide will be the name of this whole task, because we can later save this whole procedure. Here is the goal, so that's what I'm asking this tool to do. And now I'm deploying agent. The way it works, and correct me if I'm wrong or I'm not using this correctly, because I'm only learning this tool, and I heard it can be amazing at even developing your websites, doing everything. But the way it works, here you can see it identifies the tasks needed to achieve that main task. So that's what it does here in this section. This can be used already as kind of your guidelines for how to achieve that task. At the very minimum, it tells you what to do to achieve the task. So to develop, for example, the interview guide. So it says here, completing the first stage. Let me see. So it's basically talking about the background. It's giving you some what is that? The key areas of nurses' work life that have been impacted. So this is what it does. It's researching these areas, which is basically what you'll probably use as part of your rationale for even talking about this. Then it says create a list of open-ended questions that address these key areas. So now it's trying to achieve that task. It's generating response. It's a little bit slower than ChatGPT, but at the same time, it's much more independent in a sense that you don't have to constantly refine your terms, your prompts. You're giving it a task, and it kind of goes and tries to achieve it. So as you can see now, it's done with the second step in that procedure in these tasks. So it says to accomplish the objective of developing the interview guide, blah blah blah, the subtask of creating a list must be completed. First, it's important to understand the problem and the key areas. In order to extract variables for the open-ended questions, it may be helpful to conduct research and gather information from reliable sources. So you can see it's basically telling us how to achieve that task. That's how I mainly see the contributions, the value of this tool. I'm not sure if it eventually will actually complete every task for us. I believe that it does, and eventually it gets to actually giving us the questions. But for now, it's still working through these areas that, like I said, even these descriptions of the task can be used essentially as our guidelines for what we need to do, because it tells you need to go through that and identify variables and read the literature. So it's very useful as a kind of a guidelines for how to go about, for example, developing this interview guide. Then refine the questions is step 3 through pilot testing among a small group of nurses to ensure clarity. That's brilliant, because again, it's telling us what to do next. Pilot testing. So let's see what it does. I have no idea what this is. Can you describe why the weird format? I'm not sure, but it's telling us some questions. Can you describe your experiences working as a nurse? So brilliant. That's actually giving us the actual questions. So what else does it do? Where is it? It's finalizing the interview guide. Now, as you can see, there are plenty of other tasks. It keeps learning and developing these tasks. So that's the first thing. It's still doing that. I believe at some point it will stop. Maybe even it will stop because it's a free version. I'm not sure, but let's see what else I have here. So develop a qualitative research study that explores parents' parenting styles and their beliefs about these styles. These are the research questions to answer. So I would like to develop this study methodology and data collection, data analysis methods. Let's see. So let's go back here. What is it now? Oh, we're sorry, we ran out of loops for the free plan. See, that's what I meant. So I guess the free plan will kind of give you the nice overview of what you have to do, which is brilliant because you can't you can't rely on AI to literally complete your whole study, but at least this free plan will give you a very clear list of tasks to achieve, to accomplish, to get to your goal, which is good enough. And then if you want to go to the premium, I believe it will actually develop your research and your research questions and everything. So the second one is parents styles, and now I'm copying and pasting my prompt, deploying the agent, and again it's thinking, I guess, embarking on a new goal, develop research study. It's a bit longer of a prompt, so I think, yeah, that's how it starts now. So identify and review. See, that's brilliant. The first one, identify and review relevant literature on parenting styles. That's exactly what you'd have to do. That's exactly what I would tell my students if they ask me how do I come up with a study. Develop a survey questionnaire to obtain their self-reported parenting styles. Recruit a diverse sample of parents to participate in this study. Analyze the data. So this is absolutely brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. Again, you have to be very careful in how you use it. You have to be responsible in how you use it. I don't want to encourage anyone to just rely on this. This is obviously going to be a big problem soon for everybody to consider. People who are kind of lazy and just rely on these tools to do the research for them. But otherwise, it's a brilliant tool. Look what it does here. It's identifying the literature. It's actually summarizing the literature for us as well, and it's giving us links to that literature. How amazing is this tool? But remember about the limitations. It's your choice. I'm not advertising this tool. I haven't been paid for it. So it's your choice what to do about it. Do let me know what you think. Do let me know if you experimented with it. Do let me know if you want me to keep reviewing these tools that literally just pop up every single day now, that can be useful to students and can be useful in research and in academia. Like the video if you learned something new. Let me know, comment under the video and share it with others if you know people who can benefit from it.